Welcome back, everyone. I just finished fixing the last two hoses, which was in the previous video of the hose repair, but this is what I'm going to do. So my choices was either to finish what I was doing when the hose blew in the first place, or to come down here and, I guess you could say, give it a test run. Not really a test run, but I'm dying to know if I've got enough material here to build that without having to bring some from here. The good thing is I won't have to go so far regardless if I do have to bring some by the time I get to where I run out, because I could still steal some from here if there's not enough. That's what I ended up having to do down the other end when I started. But you can only steal from so far till you get and there's nothing more to steal. So I think that's what I'm going to do first, is start working back over here. Even though I got my nice ramp, the geese love it. You get right down nice and easy at night, but that's all right. I'll make another one. So I'm going to get started, and if I change my mind after starting there, maybe I'll come back over here, but hopefully not. Here we go. 11:30. I started, I think it was about 11:45. I've moved over here. I'm going to spin around and start digging this up, and I'm going to show you why. When you dig up out of the water, obviously it's wet. So this here is all wet, and if you kind of look, I won't even be able to get up there, but if you look right there, you see the cracks. So what happens is you start to get that on grade where you want it, and it starts to slide down. So what's going to happen is it's just going to be below where it needs to be. So again, all this is, I'm digging up as much as I can here. I'm trying to start to cut this back. As I said, here this bank is moving more over, so I don't have to I've only got to come out to about here. So I've got quite a bit of material here to dig out. So I'm still trying to get as much as I can, because I've left this corner so that I can dig it up and bring it down that way. So just wanted to give you an intermediate. That's as much as I could do without having it all fall apart. So tomorrow, that'll dry enough. By tomorrow I can dig the rest of this up, and I'll be able to get this in place, and I'm gonna dig up whatever I can over here and make a pile so that this will start drying, and then I can transfer it one more time up and over, because no matter what, I have to transfer this here because it's too far back. So, but it's be a lot easier to do it when it's not a big sloppy mess, but it still will be a little bit damp, so I will be able to push it easier than you can with dry dirt. So just wanted to give you an intermediate shot, and see, I'm very close to Goose Island. Very close. There goes my white birds. So, and then probably the next thing that I'll do when I'm trying to kill time in between slop running is I'm going to start transferring this stuff back so that I can get down closer and then continue to dig up out of the water. But as I've mentioned before, I can't get too close to that because it gets very squishy, and I'll show that again when I get out there. I'll walk down and show you just how, even though it hasn't rained, how squishy that little bit is, so that without mats you don't want to be anywhere near that. So alright, I'm going to get back to it. Alright, starting the new cut over here just to let this stuff drain. Pretty deep in here. When I dug that up, you can look it up, I called it the Grand Canyon cut or something like that. I think that's that was as far down as I could dig. See, I'm still not hitting anything right there. So come on, don't suck me down there. You don't want to smell that black dirt. Not very good. done. I suppose there's people that I could do this for, but I don't like people that much. I like you people, but I've worked for customers my whole life, and I've had a lot of people who were very good, and also had a lot of people who want to take advantage. Everybody says contractors take advantage of people. Well, I'll give you a very long list of customers who try to take advantage of the contractor. So this will be done when it gets done. I just know if I don't do it, something happens to me, nobody's going to do it. So I do want it done, and I am trying to get it done. You never know what every day would bring, how long we have here. But I know it's a special place. David loved it here. I think even Brittany loved it here now. She didn't at first, I don't think, but once I got her driving a tractor, I should probably make some comment on that, but I think she does. I know Kevin does. Hopefully one day maybe my grandson will. Second grandson. I'm sure he will. But if I don't do it, it's not going to get done. Like I said, I'm not in a rush. If it takes me longer because I'm moving it with the excavator, I don't know how many of you would like to just do this all day. Pretty sure I could probably sell tickets. So I don't need to hire somebody. Yeah, good luck down here. Why would I want to do that anyway? I don't hire anybody. I do things myself. I hired Chris to come down and give me advice, because that's what you do when you have a brain and you want to do it properly. But I don't want anybody else to do it, because nobody else will do it the way that you do it. I'm sure Chris would do it. We'll see. But again, he doesn't work for free, and I'm perfectly capable of doing it. So I'm going to do it. With every scoop comes that much farther. See, now we just move up a little bit like this. That's about as much as we can move. Watch how easy this moves now. See that? I moved the whole pile without really having to move it again. It's a lot easier to push it than it is to scoop it up. Well, if you have a mechanical thumb, it's pretty much impossible to get a full scoop. If you've got a hydraulic thumb, well, then you can hold it in place and it's not so bad. But as we can tell, there is no hydraulic thumb. I was going to say maybe someday, but by the time I get around to that, I'll be done. Unless I, like I said, start doing it for customers again. Definitely don't want to build houses anymore for them. I want to build my house, Wendy's, and mine, and that will be the last one, I hope. Body gets a little bit tired after, well, I started in 1981, so 40 years. So I've had about enough of that. Well, let's keep getting a little bit more out of there. bucket with dirt so the water would come out. Well, it did. Right at me. My hand is still all covered in sand. Very good on the stick there. Well, I keep having more fun after another. I just saw on the ground my spacers, and I'm like, that looks like a spacer. It was over here, and I look and see the dog bone is is off. The bolt looks like the bolt broke, wore out. Here's one of my other spacers. I got to look over here and see if I could find them. So now I got to get a bolt. I'd like to get some more spacers if possible too, because I kind of wore them out. David and I put these on, like, I don't know, a little over 2 years ago, 2.25 years ago. So they're kind of worn out a little bit anyway, but I need them. Okie dokie, I'm glad I saw that before I broke that thing. So never ends. Like Chris said, nobody realizes the upkeep of heavy equipment. That is true. So let me go look for the rest. Here we are, end of day. It's just about 4 o'clock. So I started at what did I say? I started at 10:45 or 11 o'clock, somewhere around there by the time I did everything. So you can see I'm all the way to here, but I'm not done. But same thing as I talked about in the mid video about, you know, it all collapsing down. So this is all wet as well. So I dug this up out of here. So I still have, I mean, we can go over there and take a look so you can see about where it's gonna go. I mean, the road, as you can see here, it's hard. Again, you get no depth perception on here. Let me climb up. I mean, we only need to be level to about there, so the rest will slope. So I mean, there's a good 20 feet plus what's underneath that I can take out. So I think we're going to be pretty good. I still got to push this back a little bit. I couldn't get it any farther, too sloppy, or as Millennial Farmer would say, schloppy. But I can get that tomorrow. That should be dried out enough for me to at least walk on it, or I'll throw some of the drier stuff on, get over here, and then I can push it back. So that's the best way to do it. That's, like I said, what I did when I built the beginning of it, and it worked out well. So it looks like pretty much everything here is going to be used to build the rest of this road. Looking back that way, I just fueled it back up, put the spacers in, put the new bolt in. I mean, I got to get the new spacers. I found most of them, and yeah, so that's gonna leave a decent amount to finish that. As you can see, where the excavator is about the highest point in this area. Obviously it's not as high as over there, but so I don't know. I'm gonna figure out what I'm gonna do here, because I'm gonna have quite a bit of extra, I think. So I'll probably build another extra pile somewhere over there. So this way I don't have too far to truck it, but I'll have it if I need it for anywhere else. And I am going to need it to close up the dam. But as you can see, I've got a fair amount there. I still have to take up some of that. And I am going to remove the finger. And worst case, I could remove what was the beach, which doesn't look at all like the beach. The only thing that I didn't want to grow, the only thing that I didn't want to grow anything is the only thing that really grew any vegetation. So go figure. But well, I'm happy again with today's progress, and tomorrow I will be back out here again. Hopefully that dries. If this isn't dry enough, if that's not dry enough for me to be able to work with it, then I will probably start going out here. I actually was going to start tossing some of this back. Maybe I can get that part there, and worst case I'll start tossing back some of that end of Goose Island, because the closer I can get it to back here, the better it will look, and the easier to get it, and the less I have to worry about if we get a wet period. So alright, well, that's it. I'll get another shot from the other side, but thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. Good morning, everyone. Just wanted to give you a quick shot of with this gumbo clay, what it does when it rains. Now, you saw how dry it's been. We haven't had rain in geez, I don't know, 2 months at least, and we got one rain last night, which really wasn't even that much, and you can see how this muck is just like, look at that. I mean, one little rain. I mean, if you drove, I mean, look at that. Look at my foot just sliding while I'm trying to walk. This is why this part is what you don't want to have for the actual, it's good for underneath, but you don't want to have this on top that you're going to be driving on, because that's what will happen. I was going to drive my truck over here, and I said, nope, I'm not going to do that. I did that once with the 450, bringing fuel over, and it was not fun getting out. I pressure washed the thing for about 2 weeks afterwards. So I'm not sure exactly. Well, I'm definitely not going to go in there, because that's all the same material. So I think I'm going to try to see how it is back over here where I was. I'm sure that up there has dried a little bit, but that rain might have kept it sloppy. So I don't know. If it's too muddy, I may not do anything. So I'll check it out, and we'll both find out at the same time.